SimpleSeps OverPrint 2.0, the spot color screen printing game changer. In this session, we're going to get into the overprinting process so we understand clearly what overprinting is and how it works. Overprinting is simply printing one color on top of another color or additional colors on top of that color to create other colors, tints, and shades. Now, I've got these triangles here from session 1, and we can see we've got the yellow, red, and black here, and then here we've got the yellow with a tint of red and a tint of black, and here we've got them set up as overprints. Now this color, which is our red, we can see that down here, 50%, is actually set up as an overprint. If I right click on this and select overprint, that'll change that to an overprint view. If I deselect that, then that'll change that fill so it's not overprinting, it's not blending with the yellow anymore. I'll right click and we'll go back and we'll select overprint fill, and we can see that blend occur. We'll also need to have our view set up here to simulate overprints. If we don't, we won't see those. Now these are very accurate blending modes in CorelDRAW for our overprinting purposes and screen printing. Now if I start out with this design with red, yellow, black, and we've got our tints here, and we've got orange and brown and all of that, I'd need to manually convert that to overprinted colors. Now that can be a very tedious process because you have to kind of experiment with it and change the tints and colors to match them and everything like that. With SimpleSeps OverPrint, all of that is automated and very accurate. Once a design is set up as an overprint, we'd need to convert that to halftones for printing, and that's how we'd set it up on our screen printing press and print it with halftones. And we can see our halftones here. We've got our red going into our yellow, and these are red halftones here that are printed on top of our yellow. Now this overprinting will create the illusion of color because the human eye, when it looks at small dots, it can't make out the small dots detail, and it blends them or blurs them. So even though there's just red, yellow, and black here, by your eye you're going to see brown, orange, and yellow, and you can see that as we zoom out and the simulation improves here in CorelDRAW. So we'd start out with an overprint design. We'd convert that to an overprint actual file here with the overprint set up through SimpleSeps OverPrint, and then we'd color separate to halftones. And here's the halftone preview coming out of SimpleSeps SmartRip 4.0, and we can see our different color separations going through the different pages here, all set up for our review. Now this goes from the simple all the way to the very complex, and here I have the football design. You start out with the original design. Now this could be a client supplied design that you recognize that you can bring down to 3 colors as an overprint, or you could take a design like this and begin to work with the color palettes, and we'll cover that here in a few sessions, the color palettes that come out of SimpleSeps OverPrint, and actually change all the colors and do color swapping and things like that with the application. This design would then be converted to an overprint design, which is our different matches for the RGB colors that you can see here. You can see this is just a standard color here. Now we go through this with SimpleSeps OverPrint, and it automates the overprint color conversion. For example, here I'll go ahead and ungroup this, and now we can see that here we have our red that's on top of a tint of the black there, creating the overprint of the darker red or the shading for the actual design. You can see we're using different tints and shades and tones to give this design different colors, and here in the flesh we can see that we're blending, after we've done our overprint conversion, that we're blending some yellow with our red here. And here's the red and here's the yellow, but that's going to look like a flesh tone when it's printed as halftones. And then we've got our color separations. Here's our halftone preview. Now once again, the halftone is a little bit rough here in CorelDRAW, but when you're looking at a t-shirt, you're not going to see these halftone dots. And then here's our different color separations set up as halftones. Here's the golden yellow of the Wildcats. Next we have the red with the text on the bottom, and then we have the black. And then we print all of these on top of each other through overprinting, blending the colors and making a 3-color design look like it's a design that has many different colors, working with the ease of use that we have with SimpleSeps OverPrint and optimizing our use of just the 3 spot colors that we have on this job, really giving us the competitive advantage relating to optimizing and maximizing the results that we can get with the limited colors that we typically work with as screen printers. So we'll go ahead and wrap in this session for understanding overprinting, and we'll go ahead and continue here in our next session.